Hello, everyone. I'm George Nowack, and this is the Creative Corner, a chance for us to put a spotlight on iconic creatives who push content to the next level behind the scenes. Today, for our first official guest, we are welcoming SesoHQ, designer for 100 Thieves and content creator nearing 200,000 subscribers. Seso, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic and appreciate the 200,000 subscribers call. Fun, hopefully cool things planned for the future and all the fans and fun stuff. So appreciate that.
The first thing I wanted to ask you is a general question, and it's just kind of basically talking about what your view is on the development of content and branding specifically within esports.
Well, for one, I think honestly just a major upgrade from the usual, let's say even 3 years ago. There was this sort of like unique look for everyone, where in the sense where it was unique, but it was also the same look for everyone, given this whole grunge kind of phase and idea. That whole consistency was fun for a while it lasted, but the fact that we were developing to the point where we actually can see different brands and different ideas and really different cool visions come to life is super awesome, super intelligent from the designers themselves. Given the fact that this industry is super, super young, there's some designers who are 18, 16 years old doing work that generally, some adults who have been in for 7-10 years probably can't perform the same ideas and creativeness that other people can. So it's pretty dope to actually see overall. And I think generally we have some of the best and greatest creators in this community. And it's just, a matter of time until everyone gets seen and praised for what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's like, I know, that's huge for me. Is the reason why we're spotlighting creatives is because we have the best creatives, right? And like you said, a lot of them are so young, so much potential. So it's going to be huge moving forward in branding for esports. But obviously, like you had mentioned, the biggest thing is that personality that all these organizations have, right? So moving on, I wanted to jump more specifically into your work. So I have 3 pieces that you've worked on or have had some part in, and I just wanted to talk about your process, your inspiration. The first thing that we wanted to talk about today with you was, I think in my eyes, the biggest project you worked on last year, and that was the collaboration between 100 Thieves and Rogue Company. So tell us about your thought process there.
The overall thought and the vibe and the whole idea was just to take these really fun skins that you can hopefully kind of see a bit of 100 Thieves inside them besides just the logo itself. So we of course included the color scheme, included the pattern, just fun things and clothing that I felt like, wouldn't it be cool if this Dima jacket or this Ronin jacket, people were so hyped how they looked in the video game. They were like, yo, start adding Nade Shot or something like that and be like, hey, like, wouldn't it be cool if this jacket was in the game or in real life?
Yeah, and I'm glad that I can see that you're happy about it. Obviously, a lot of passion put into that project and a whole bunch of moving pieces. In my eyes, one of the most monumental pieces for 100 Thieves of that year. So congratulations for that. And it turned out fantastic. So
thank you.
I guess moving on, obviously for Rogue Company, like you said, you had a part in many pieces, but I think something also interesting is LA Thieves. Doing the branding for that, since it's not really collaboration, you're starting from square one. I wanted to talk to you about how you came up with and what was your inspiration for LA Thieves, starting with nothing and building one of the best visual branding in my eyes in the entire CDL. So let me know.
I do remember like being in bed, half asleep, and I had Nade Shot kind of text me. He was like, yo, what do you think about this logo? And I genuinely had no idea what he was referring to. But I was looking through these little kind of like things about it, and he gave me like 3 revisions that the actual designer, logo designer, ended up doing for it. And I was like, these are pretty good. Like, I wish there was a little bit more fixes here and here. And he was like, what if you just toss it in Illustrator or Photoshop and just kind of do what you want to do with it really quick? And I was like, sure, After the logo was basically done, the one thing Matt ended up telling me finally was like, yo, yeah, we're getting a Call of Duty team if that wasn't obvious. And I was like, no, it wasn't obvious. But thanks for telling me. So he was like, yeah. And basically he wanted to he said, keep it clean. He only wants red. He only wants black. And given that kind of color scheme, it was definitely incredibly hard to kind of say, only use red and black and not really have another medium to actually cut that colors because they're so bold. So the overall theme and the overall sort of like style was basically, hey, I want a very unique style that was also super, it felt like it was new, but it was also known.
You know, I preach about this a lot, is how to expand a brand, especially branching out into like sub brands. Really difficult to do. Obviously, like you had mentioned, you took some elements from 100 Thieves, but ultimately LA Thieves has to be its own thing. It has to be recognizable as itself. We've talked about your work up until now, but moving through 2021, I wanted to ask you, how's your own and perhaps other people's work in the community inspired or influenced your approach looking into the near future? And basically, what direction can we expect to see you taking moving forward?
I want more content creators and designers. I want that kind of I want that to be this thing that people really try, and really understand that it doesn't have to just be the content creators that you design for. You can also be a content creator yourself. And I feel like a lot of that is kind of like taken away in that sense, because people kind of are so geared towards, celebrating the creators themselves. But realistically, the real face of the brands, the logos and the branding that they see overall, and that's definitely the people that are actually creating them. So I would definitely love to see more kind of actual content creators and creatives. Just overall, I think like if you were live streaming what you're designing, or if you were making videos of fun things you did, or speed art or something like that, it's one, it's a marketing tool, and then two, it can create you something. It can be something, that's just like super low effort, but at the end of the day, it might just grow to be something super, super dope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much 100% there with you on that idea. More content creators, more industry leaders as far as the creative scene. And I'm looking forward to the future too, as far as content creation in this scene as well. So thank you, Seso, for joining us today. It was great getting to speak to you on the first edition of the Creative Corner. I'm already looking forward to next month's episode, and I hope to see you all there. Thank you.